There are 8 of the brightest, newest comedy talents who are just 2 hours away from being crowned Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year 2021. So your first act is Joseph Emslie.
Speaking of having fun, looking quite young, I get ID'd quite a lot. So I've written a song about a couple of things that I've been ID'd for, genuine things I've been ID'd for. So I'm going to share them with you. I'll leave you on this. So I got ID'd for alcohol. That's all right. It's expected, really. It's better than paracetamol because you have to look over 16. I mean, they're taking the piss with that one, right? I got ID'd buying glue, like the kind that you give to your kids, actual genuine PVA glue. The kind that came in a cartoon tube. I got ID'd buying Tipex. They thought I was using it for drugs, but if I wanted to get high, you think that I'd buy my supplies from a fucking Ryman's. The next one hurt. The next one hurt quite a lot. I got ID'd for non-alcoholic beer. Right? I got ID'd for non-alcoholic beer. It was 0.0%. I didn't have my ID on me, so they refused me service for a fucking fizzy drink. And it wasn't the worst one that's happened. The worst one that I got ID'd for, I was ID'd for Christmas crackers. I'm going to say that again. I got ID'd for Christmas crackers. And well, I thought that this has to end. So I said to the guy, look, of course you can see my ID. Would you also like to see my pubes as well? And he went, no, absolutely not. Which is actually really good news for me, because I haven't actually got any yet. Thank you very much. You've been lovely. Bye.
Right, are you ready for your next act? She's absolutely fantastic. I've worked with her many, many times. You're going to love her. Her name is Arielle Souma.
What else about me? I'm 45 years old. Yeah, I know. Oh, so sad. How come you're not dead yet? I'm not, okay? Goodness. Now, I'm 45 years old. I think I look good, so whatever, man. But I start using anti-wrinkle cream, okay? Now, I don't need it, okay? It's just, you know when I said I'm black? Actually, I'm only half black. My mom is one of you guys, okay? I did not ask for it. It happens. And you know what? I'd start using it as prevention, okay? Because I fear that one day I would wake up in the morning looking like you, and I'm shitting myself, okay? No, thank you. So I start using anti-wrinkle cream. Now, some of you will know about it. A lot of you will know about it. There is some for the night and some for the day. Now, I use the one for the night, and for the day. Because why not, eh? It's just a cream, innit? It doesn't know what time is it, does it?
For now, put your hands together for Nina Gilligan. 1, 2, 3.
My mum is fucking mental. Give me a cheer if you've got a mental mum. Good. I call mine a milfo. A mother I'd like to fuck off. You can have that. Fucking batshit. We come from a place in Manchester called Tameside. I don't know if you've heard of it. You have, very well done. It's not known for very much, is it really? But serial killers. My mum used to work with one of our most famous serial killers, a lovely man called Dr. Harold Shipman. Have you heard of him? When I asked my mum what he was like, she used to work with him when she was a nurse on the wards. And when I asked her what he was like, she said this. She went, well, he was a marvellous man with a fantastic bedside manner. And I said, Mum, are you sure? Because he's one of the world's most notorious serial killers. And she said, well, you've got no idea how stressful it is to work for the NHS. Fucking batshit.
Next guy, Dan Tiernan. He's absolutely brilliant.
My name's Dan. When I was at school, the other kids said I looked like I was dropped as a baby. No, they were wrong. I wasn't dropped. I was fucking thrown. It's mad. It wasn't a mainstream school I went to. I went to a specialist school for kids with dyspraxia or dyslexia. It was called Hume Hall. Have we got any Hume Hallers in, by any chance? Give me a... It's all right. It's just an impression of you doing an impression of me. Before I joined Hume Hall, I had to go for an interview, see if I was appropriate. I was nervous, but I turned up. They took one look at me. They said, "You're perfect." Come on in, my son. Here's your helmet. Here are the windows. Get licking. Yeah, I've got dyspraxia myself. That's what I've got. That makes me very unorganised, uncoordinated. I've got a lack of spatial awareness. I'm always losing things. Wallets, phones, not my virginity, but it's not a race. No, I am single. What? How? Chill out. Jesus. Yeah, women confuse me. Like, they always say they want a guy who's honest. But then the second I tell them I'm gay, they're not interested. Can't bloody win.
So all you need to do is after 3, go wild and crazy for Christian Jegard. 1, 2, 3!
I have Asperger's. Not a joke, sir. But I will take it. And yeah, so a lot of people think that we're all really good at maths. That's not true. When I was a kid, I did so badly at school that my mum, bless her, got me a cassette tape called Times Tables Disco. Yeah, it's fun. I guess her thinking was, well, if the curriculum can't get through to him, disco might. Start like this. It went times, tables, disco, go. And it was just down, 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 down. And on top of that, some posh guy going, 1 times 4. 4. 1 times 4. 4. 2 times 4. 8. 2 times 4. 8. 3 times 4. I don't know what 3 times 4 is. Didn't take, madam.
Are you ready for your next act? Her name is Jessie Nixon.
Bristol born and bred. Pretty sure my dad is actually Banksy. Because I don't know who he is. It's been a tough old year, hasn't it, with lockdown? I'll try not to mention it too much, but the whole global pancetta thing, it's just not the one, is it? I don't like it. I wasn't allowed to be with my partner over lockdown because we couldn't bubble. It was a whole hassle. It's really annoying. Because, to be blunt with you, I'm somebody that's quite accustomed to the regular acquisition of the D, of the dick. So they call me Reginald D. Hunter. And we couldn't bubble. And obviously, I do love my partner as well. That made it hard as well, obviously. Like, I do love him. I love him more than Oompa Loompas love it when a child dies. Love him. But, yeah, it was really hard. I had to kind of make my own way. I had to make do by myself. And by that, to be very explicit, I do mean that I had sex with myself so much over lockdown that I think I might now be pregnant with my own child. And when it grows up, bless it, and asks who his dad is, I'm going to have to say, Bukkake, you sweet, naive angel. Your dad was an army man. He left when you were very young. His name was Private Browsing.
After 3, go wild and crazy for Hassan Dervish. 1, 2, 3!
I needed a warm bath, so I turned on the hot and cold to get the right ratio. I poured my moisturising bath cream and I put it in with the water flow. When it was full, I put my toe in, I took my toe out. It was still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. It's still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot. So I went round to my parents for a tea and bicky. They passed me the mug, I leave it for a bit. me and my parents have a chat and that. Now it's time to have my tea. So I poured over the mug, I dipped my bicky in, half of it fell in.
It was still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot.
So I went back to the bathroom to take some water out to put some cold in. Reluctant to do so, because I had 2 bath bombs in there, a £5 each from Lush. I had guided meditation, sounds of the sea, candles for aromatherapy. I'm trying to get zen, but I'm losing my equilibrium. So I stood in the bath, I dipped my balls in, I took my balls out.
It was still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot, it's still too hot. What? It's still too hot, still too hot.
Thank you, that's a little bit about baths, mate.
She's absolutely brilliant. I've worked with her many times before. You're going to love her. Her name is Liz Guterbock.
Now, Americans are obsessed with the UK. British people are, I think, a little bit obsessed with us, but Americans obsessed with the UK, yes. My mom's friend, Linda, well, it's like we have very romantic, very Victorian ideas of what it's like to live here. My mom's friend, Linda, for example, she was like, oh, well, Liz, I think it's so great you live in the UK there. That's so nice. Now, I never been to the UK, Liz, but I feel like I know what it's like because I watched that show called Downtown Abbey. Yeah. Hope you're as nice to your servants as they are. Now, I got a question for you, Liz. Is it true what they say about the UK? Is it true that the UK is so small that they got to keep all their lakes in one district?
In third place, in the Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year 2021 is Christian Jegard! The Union Jack Radio runner-up in the Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year 2021 is Joseph Emslie! Congratulations! The winner of the Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year 2021 is Nina Gilligan. Congratulations, my love! There you go! Here you go! Well done, mate. Well done.
Absolutely stunning. I feel like just because this year has been so weird, I feel like I might be in an anxiety dream. I'm not sure if I'm wearing my pants as this actually happened. It's only the 5th gig back. This could be a dream. Someone pinch me. No, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.